Hi, this is Cathy for Trans by Deaf, and this week we have the topic of goals and transition. The first thing that we've been asked to discuss is the idea of being stealth. I don't believe that any of us will ever reach the point where we will be completely stealth, and at some point in time, someone will recognize us as being a trans woman. Having been full-time for a long time, and not bringing it to people's attention who don't know me, every now and again I still get what is called the double take. Someone will look at me, or I will do something, some little mannerism that is very male, and people will realize that I am a trans woman. I try very hard to not make those kind of mistakes, but I, at one point or another, will always make them, and that will always be a problem. So I don't believe that we can ever, as a trans woman, be totally stealth. We have to be prepared for when that person clocks us during our transition and during our life. Next, going to goals. I would like to divide the goals into two different phases. The first set of goals which I had are the goals as I was approaching transition. Those goals were somewhat simple, and I will go through each of them. I want to say one other thing about goals before I start. The first thing is that I'm a person that always has a list of the things that they want to get done, and always work on that list. Therefore, the concept of goals makes a lot of sense to me, whereas other people do not really care for the list of goals and say that adds to dysphoria. For me, as the organized person that I am, I have to have goals to accomplish many things that I work on. And I always have a list of things that I'm doing for the day and goals that I need to achieve for that particular day. So with that, I would like to talk about goals being divided into two parts. Part one are the goals that I had in the period of time which led up to my transition. Now, I transitioned very slowly, piece by piece, and was not all of a sudden tomorrow I am going to be a woman. So my goals spread out over a while. The goals which I had during that phase of transition, the first one was to develop an appropriate wardrobe to my age and to the activities that I was doing and to the workplace where I would be working. Second was to go through and develop the body language and mannerisms which a woman would have. The third, which I think is even more important, is that of voice. What does your voice sound like? Does it sound like a woman? And you need to spend lots of time working on voice, and I still spend time working on my voice, and I still catch myself occasionally slipping back into that male mode with that low, stern voice, particularly when I get in a stress situation. So voice is a very important goal to set and a very important goal to work on. The next is to make sure that all of your living arrangements and your living accommodations are in accordance with the transition procedure which you're going through. You need to have a goal to make sure that you're living in a place and that you have things lined out, both an emergency plan and a plan that takes you from day to day. And you need to spend time working on that particular goal and making sure that you have everything done there. You need to make sure you have the goal of the name change and driver's license and other paperwork taken care of. I think that is a goal that needs to be set and needs a sequence of goals, sub-goals that go along with that major goal of working on getting all of the paperwork done that is there. So those are the goals that I had during that period of time when I was slowly transitioning to become a woman. Now that I've been a woman for a while, I have a different set of goals which started during my transition period and I examine even as I go on today. The first one is to make sure that I have a good relationship with my wife and with my daughter and with my family. Even though some of my family do not accept me, My goal in life is to treat them nice, and hopefully they will come around to seeing me as a woman, to treat my wife and my daughter with the utmost respect, and honor their requests and honor their needs as I go through life. The second one is that I feel that I need friends. One of the things that I see a number of trans women do is they isolate themselves. You have to go out there and develop and make friends with people around you. And I think that is a good goal to have, is that of making friends with the people who are around you and making new friends, because you're going to lose friends as you transition and as you change from a man to a woman. You're going to lose a lot of friends, and you need to replace those with other friends. The next goal is that I always ask myself, am I living in a place that I am comfortable? Is this the place I want to live? Is there another place I want to live? In my case, as I'm approaching retirement, I am looking at when I retire from where I am. I want to move to another place, and will I enjoy that place as much as I do now? I have a place that I want to go and live in Utah, which takes me back into my ancestry, into the past, and into the kind of culture that I want to live in. Will I be happy with that? I'm always assessing that goal. Am I living in the place that I want to be, and where do I want to be as I look down the road? And I think that's very important as to what you have there. The other one, which I feel is important to me, is how is my religion affecting me and the people around me, and am I staying true to the religion which I have and true to the values of that religion, which in many cases are different than the society in which I live. And I believe a goal of retaining your religious integrity, or if you have no religious integrity or religious background, developing a religious background which you are comfortable with. And I think that is a very significant goal. I also believe that in your goal list you should examine on a regular basis your financial situation, how your finances are developing, and how are you proceeding to reach the goal you have. In my case, since I am headed for retirement within a few years, my goal is to make sure that all of my retirement accounts are done correctly. The other goal that I am working on, and I started on very early as in my transition, is that of name change and that of gender marker on my driver's license and changing all of the papers. I didn't realize that I had so many accounts, and I'm always working on updating my accounts and doing the things which need to be done with my accounts. So I think that you need to look at the gender marker, look at the name change, look at the account changes, and make sure that all of that is up to date. Well, those are some of the goals which I have, both goals in my early years of updating my wardrobe, working on my voice, working with my family, and my long-range goals of, am I living where I want to? Am I living with the style I want to? And am I proceeding toward my retirement in a way which I feel is what needs to be done? Well, I thank you for listening to me this week, and I will see you again next week. Have a good day. Bye.